Similar Podcast.
Cheer. Ali Similar Podcast. We are here, episode, what is this, 29 right now? 29.
Getting up there.
I am Rello, and to the right of me I have
DJ Hypa, I'm here. What up?
DJ Dane-Ja, what's up?
Darren.
Joan.
Ease.
Yes, sir. 29. One away from 30. Making some progress, y'all. How was you guys' weekend and all that?
My weekend was fucking crazy.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna get into too much details, but it was eventful. I made a lot of money. I freaking DJ'd. What did I? Yeah, I DJ where I usually DJ, and just
Tell the people what
what?
where you usually DJ.
Oh, you you know my spot. I was at La Rive. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
And like I was telling my guys earlier, like no matter, it's just like anybody in this world, everything that you do, it's gonna be a time. No matter, even if you love what you do, it's gonna be some days where you're like, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm out of it. But once I'm in DJ mode, all that tiredness gets tossed to the side. Like I'm in front of a crowd, in front of a whole bunch of people. There's no being tired while you're performing. That's like your favorite artist going in front of a crowd, and they're like, you know what? I know they want to hear my best, but I'm just not in the mood today. You know what I mean? Nobody can do that. But yeah, man, I grinded out this weekend, and same old. Next.
Yes, sir. Everybody else?
I'll go. So Saturday was my niece's birthday. She turned 12. Happy belated birthday, Nene.
Happy birthday and all that.
After that, I dropped her back off home, and then I went bowling with Rello.
Yes, sir. I had to scrape these niggas up.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas is getting strikes left and right. I don't know. Niggas had practice before I got there because I was the last one to get there. So
I know Darren was saying it a couple times too. I'm a little tight. I ain't get that invite too. I like to bowl, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I like to bowl too. That's a whole other story.
You said you was on parent duty that day.
And
Nigga, even if I wasn't, y'all was not extending the invite, but it's all good.
Don't say y'all, because I got
Parent
the
duty
invite
that day.
kind of late too.
When
bro.
it comes to pool or bowling, bro, I'm always down for the.
I ain't get nothing. Pause. I just saw a picture on.
Now
Instagram.
you see how I felt when you and Hypa went to the football game.
You put it in the chat, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, you ain't invite me. Y'all ain't invite me. They ain't invite me, bro. They know I don't like football. I don't know nothing about it. So they were like, man, this nigga easy on it.
You chatty right now.
And then on Sunday, was my little cousin baby shower. Congratulations again, Shantae. And yeah, man, it was just family, friends weekend.
Family is growing over there, bro.
Facts, man.
Only one person left.
June, how was your weekend?
I'm messing with you.
How was your weekend?
It was good.
All right,
And
Rel,
that's
how
all
was
you
your
had to
weekend?
say about that.
I'm making one's Gucci. Just work, and a little bit of bowling. But other than that, everything was everything. Not too much, nothing too major on the weekend for me. Hype, how was your weekend?
I worked this weekend.
Oh, okay.
He was like, yo, I just work, nigga.
Yeah, low key.
All right.
That was pretty dry.
Low key weekends for everybody. Heard you. So we're gonna keep moving into this thing like we always do. Excuse me. So we're gonna get into a few topics today, but I wanna get into something basically that's I wanna say, oh my God, this guy over here.
That TD Jakes play.
So that's kind of important, especially with elections going on. Something that's important in our community, also. But my first question to you guys is, as far as education goes, who here has is in college or graduated college? Because I'm not even sure. Hypa, you graduated college?
Yeah.
Okay. Dane-Ja?
No, sir.
I know Quick's graduated college already. June, you graduated college?
Wild guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
All right. And I already know about Ease. So yeah, but definitely I want to get into that topic. First of all, for you guys that did graduate college, for me, I didn't graduate college, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't go to college. But for you guys that did go to college, like
I did go, but I just didn't finish.
We didn't finish.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so we are relevant right now. But for you, for you guys that did go to college, first of all, what made you go to college? And basically, how do you feel that college has helped you until this point, basically?
My mom's made me go to college. That's a fact.
That's usually the case.
Yep. Living in a Caribbean household is like after high school, you didn't really I mean, you technically have a choice, but you don't have a choice because
If you're living in this house,
and you live in this in this household, you kind of it's like imperative that you have to go to college. So to piggyback off what you just said, what made me go to college, I feel for me, it was more of at some point when I am actually going to be out there in the real world to look for a job. Part of me always felt like, going to college could be an upper hand because I always felt like even like me being a black man, I always wanted to make sure that I'm in a situation where I don't want, because of my education, I can't get certain opportunities. Mm-hmm. So part of me always felt like, you know what, if you go to college and have that on your resume as a black man, you may be able to get certain jobs or get certain opportunities instead of them looking at my resume and saying, okay, his education level is not really up to par. Mm-hmm. So I never wanted that to be like something that's going to hold me like back at some point in my life. But aside from that, like he just said, I feel like being in a Caribbean household is like you had to go to college. So that was basically like my whole theory about going to college after high school.
Question. With that being said, did having a degree help you in life in any way?
Well, I always say the degree that I have, honestly, it never really benefited me because the major that I graduated in, that's not the career that I have, you know what I'm saying? But part of me still feel that, okay, it's the jobs that I would be applying for, having a college degree on my resume kind of give me an upper hand because I feel like because of the competition that's out there in the real world as far as like getting employed, I feel that some way, somehow they're going to weigh all of that in. So I feel that not having a degree, especially not something that I'm in now, I feel like it happens, but I'm not going to really like go hard on myself because at the end of the day, it happens. Because if you look at it, a lot of celebrities don't even go to college.
I'm going to cut you off there because we jump in a little further into what I want to ask you guys later.
Yeah, I already know you're going with that.
But why'd you guys go to college and how's it helped y'all? Well, you still in college, so you could definitely give a little bit more of an explanation.
For me, it was less about, no one in my household forced me to go to college. It was a once I finished high school, everybody felt like, all right, you made it. Because at that point in the 90s, that was like everybody's goal. You know what I'm saying? Like just to graduate high school or whatever. I didn't graduate in the 90s, by the way. I ain't that.
No, I was about to say,
you know what I'm saying?
Damn,
but like that mind state was from the 90s.
No, at the time, it was different. You had a high school diploma. You were good.
You were set.
That was like the equivalent to like having a associate's degree, though, in college.
So, like, with me, it was based off of being a realist. I played basketball and I made music, and I didn't feel like the odds was in my favor. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need something like solid for myself.
That's honest.
So what I did was I went to college or whatever the case may be. In the first year, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I wasted a lot of time. But after getting my first degree, I do believe it helped me. And it didn't help me because of like, oh, I learned so much or whatever the case may be. It helped me because of the networking, the people I met while I was in college. You know what I'm saying? I made some real good friends and made some real good, business moves in college because of that. And I took the life lessons that college give you opposed to the knowledge because I could get the knowledge by reading books. So college is more than just a learning experience as far as education.
Education-wise, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like after I got my degree, I could have stopped also. But once I was in college, I really found out what I like. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like, it helped me because if I didn't go to college, I probably wouldn't know what I would be into.
You know what I'm saying? I feel the same exact way to what you just said because my first year in college, I was an architecture major. Mm-hmm. And I hated that shit. I was like, why did I even go to school for this?
Yeah.
So literally halfway through my first year, I'm literally like, yo, what do I want to do for a living? Mm-hmm. And I was always one of them kids. I was artsy when I was growing up. So it was just like, I need to do something that has to do with art. Like I like art, and that's the type of stuff I'm into. So I think my brother, a friend of mine named Nicola, they was doing like graphic design. So I was just like, yo, what do I have to do when I do that? It's like it's all computer stuff. You create. It's all about being creative. So I was like, oh, I think that might work for me. and it's a rap since. Like that's all I do now is like art, and even like turning my photography is art. Like the videos is art. It's all art.
So that's why I was gonna say I feel like it worked out for you.
In your situation, it worked out exactly the way you want.
The funny thing is, once you figure out you don't like this shit, because I was on architectural. So me, I'm like architectural technology.
You thought it was
I'm like, yeah, it's same thing. Nah, man, it's a whole bunch of pre-calculus, calculus, drafting, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care about lines in somebody's house and how it's supposed to look. I want to create something from scratch that I feel like it just wasn't my type of art. So halfway through, I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm not going to school anymore. I'm not paying attention. This is not what I want to do for a living.
Yeah.
And then once I changed my major, I kind of forgot that you kind of quit on the last major, so your GPA went down. And they put me on academic probation. So I'm like, oh,
yeah, been there.
Yeah. So and mind you, I got kicked out for a semester.
Been there.
Yeah. So when I got back in, it was like, oh, okay, I gotta take this seriously.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like, all right, I like this art shit. Let me really take this seriously, and then
rest is history.
Yeah.
June?
Me, the reason I finished is basically because of my mother, because I know it meant a lot to her, to a point where nobody on her side really graduated college before. So
can't hear you, bro.
I'm talking right.
No,
sure?
Can't hear you.
Oh, as in I'm talking
there
too low.
Go. Yeah, exactly.
Much better.
Oh, well, yeah, it was because my mother, she didn't have nobody on her side that actually graduated college, so that's the only reason I finished.
And you right now, you're not in a field that you went to school for. So you, Hypa and June, what did y'all major in college?
Well, I had associates for liberal arts.
Okay.
Computer information systems.
What made you not apply for jobs in that field?
And like IT.
I did.
I about to say that. I know you did.
I did. Never got a call. So now that's why I'm saying, I don't know if it's a situation where some of these jobs they don't require or they don't have entry level positions, or they expect when you graduate from college where you're supposed to have some type of experience. So and this is why I was saying back to the competition level. Some of these jobs, the competition is so fierce is that they don't have time to really try to train somebody and put them on an entry level job where they know somebody that may be A+ certified. They could be like, yo, okay, we're gonna throw him the job because we're not gonna try to waste money and try to take time to train them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
was a thing for me. It's my bad, June.
No, it's okay.
Like for me, like when I started working in Time Warner Cable a few years ago, at one point I started like doing customer service, and then I started getting into tech support, and that's when I knew I was like, you know what, I was really like into computers, because what they'll do sometimes, because I was there for about 5 years, going on 6 years. So they used to throw me in a tech support queue. They'll throw me in a help desk, like stuff that I already knew I had like a leverage. You know what I'm saying? So they realized, that's okay, we're gonna put them in a queue. So that's when I feel like I had like a genuine thing for computers. And then by that time I was still in college while I was at Time Warner. So now I was like, all right, cool. Maybe that's what I should look into while I'm studying computers. And it just so happened by the time when I graduated, now let me look for a career. Like I wasn't planning to make Time Warner my career, because at the end of the day, I knew while I was going to school, graduate, and boom. Now I really starting to look for a career. And it for so happened, I never like really, all the jobs I applied for, like I said, I don't know if it's because they expect me to come out with the experience, but it just never fell through. And then I just had to basically go for what I could get.
I went on one interview after I graduated, and that was for Vibe magazine. I only went on the interview because my homeboy. That's one thing I think I never really took advantage of, was finding like really good internships. I never really took advantage of that, and I kind of regret that this day. I never found really good internships. A couple of my friends, they found good internships and then end up getting hired. So like different magazines, different like really good spots as far as like graphic design. They used to come to our school, talk to us about the industry or whatever. And then I'm just still one of those like, cool. Like not fully into it, but into it. So like other students was like, all right. And they was following up and and keeping in touch with the people that was coming to the school, then get an internship, then get hired. And I'm just like, I should have did all of that. And I kind of regret it.
Got you.
Because, like, I went on the interview, and, like, you have to show your portfolio, talk to him about, like, just what you know or whatever. And I never got the job. But at the time, I was already going into business for myself. So that just pushed me to be like, fuck it, I'm doing this on my own. Like, and I just been doing that. So,
Ease, where you go to school for? I don't even know.
My first degree I got in business administration, but that wasn't my first choice. My first major was engineering science.
Okay.
And I hate math.
Okay.
It just sounded dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, engineering science. I could just build stuff, and I could work on.
I was about to say
NASA spaceships,
computer
and
science.
Yeah. And then I saw that math, and I was like,
and
those
math is
this?
different.
and the thing is, I like math, but once I got to pre-cal, I was like, no.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly. Those
I was
maths
like,
is
this is
different.
part of the plan.
withdrawal. I was like, this ain't shit is hard as hell.
Yeah.
And I like math. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that I was good in when I was younger, math. So
And you know what's crazy? I went to the high school for medical science, and I ended up back at that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, being in the hospital now and everything. So, like, it's funny how, like, it just came full circle. You know what I mean? But, yeah, my first degree I got in business administration. I'm actually in my field with my degree.
Okay.
And it worked for me. That's why I'm continuing it now, because I'm in it and I'm excelling in it. So I'm gonna continue to go. But if I wasn't in my field, this would be my only degree.
yeah, after I got my bachelor's, I was like, this is dub. School's over. Mom, here you go. I literally handed her the fucking
Same.
degree.
Yep.
I was like, here you go. But she
Yo.
gave it back to me. She's like, yo, put it up in your crib. I was like, all right, whatever. Something to be proud about. But
You know, one thing I still regret, like, till this day. You know about 5 Towns College, right? That they do audio recording, and, like,
I know
I
I wish I
yeah, son. That's one thing I could say throughout my whole life as far as education. I feel like that's something that, like, right now, looking back, you know, me and Dane-Ja went to the same high school, so sometimes I say to myself, imagine if me and him went to 5 Towns, and for the stuff that we doing now, for all you know, we could have been like engineers, we could have been producers, because, you know what I'm saying? And we not
Live
to,
and learn, trial
not
and
to
error.
mention, we used to be into music, we used to be into dancing back in the days. So it's like 4 years. I till this day I say this 4 years. Like, for me, I feel like I wasted 4 years of high school for
You know what
just-
they say?
Yeah, I was supposed
You
to go
can-
there too.
You can still always go.
Five
like,
Towns?
That's the funny thing. It's like
I mean, yeah.
we be feeling like
You're
bro,
absolutely
it's
right.
a dub,
You're
but
absolutely right.
yo, when I was in college, I saw people like 50, 60 years old
Yeah.
doing the graphic
Yeah.
design stuff that I'm doing.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
I
that's
still have
real.
classmates that's 60 plus.
Exactly.
Never too late.
It's never too late, but it's just we be feeling like, oh, it's lost time,
It's
but
so lost time.
but
Yeah.
it's not really lost time. You can always, add on to your resume.
And like I said before, it's not about the knowledge you acquired. You know what I'm saying? You probably met some people within that 4 years that help you in ways you didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? That sparked the idea, like, oh, I didn't think like that before. Now I'm gonna do this. Little shit like that is crucial. You know what I mean?
Got you.
So since we in the realm and we have some of you guys are in the field that you went to school for, and some of us are not. Some of you guys are not. Do you feel like you're more likely to, now that you guys went to college, do you feel like you're more likely to be successful going to college, or it's even? You can be successful and not go to college too.
It does.
The chances are higher if you do go to college.
No,
No,
there
hell
is
no.
there is no. To me, it's like, what do you apply yourself to? Because you could go to you don't have to go to college, but you can have a love for something, be self-taught, and apply yourself to that, and soar and do great things in that better than somebody that did 8 years of college for same thing that you're doing. So I don't think the college route is necessary. It's great, but it's not always the way you. It's person by person. It's not what you need to do. It's what you want to do.
Education without ambition is like a waste of a
Exactly.
brain.
Yeah, that's why I say, to me now, it's like the degree right now. To me, I feel like it's really just like a piece of paper that, okay, you got a stamp, but it's like if you're not really benefiting from it, it's like, you know, you just have it because it looks good and you could hang it up, you know, put it on a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, man, it's like you're passionate about something you want to learn, you want to, you know, put like your whole effort into it. You just got to go for it because based on what I was just going to say before you stop me, like looking at some of the celebrities, man, a lot of these entrepreneurs, they didn't really go to college, bro. They had a passion. Their work ethic was A1. So, like, to me, I feel like shit like this is like a wake up call. Like, if you really, really about it and that's what you want to do, that's what you want to be successful at, you just gotta work and make it happen. So, I use that for me as like motivation. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't want you to like, or anybody, I don't want anybody to belittle it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got it, you feel like it's just a piece of paper, but you have ambition. So that's the difference with you and other people that got a degree.
True.
Because some people get the degree, they got all the book smarts in the world, but they have no ambition. So if you don't have the drive to go out here and bust your ass and work hard, you ain't going to ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you got people that get straight A's, but can't apply that information to their own life to benefit them.
I was about to say that too.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not
So
just about
big
it's-
facts.
That's
not
a
a-
Big facts.
That's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? I could get B's and C's, but I could apply it to my life and get millions.
Facts. What's the point
Meanwhile-
of like acquiring all that knowledge just to keep it in your head and just leave it there?
Just to pass the exam and be on the honors. And then
Facts.
it's like, all right, well,
The whole purpose is to teach us so we can apply this somewhere down the line in our lives.
Yeah. Like I don't. That's why I'm happy you said that because it's like people don't really think about what.
Say, talk louder, bro.
Oh,
This thing is calm when he's regular talking. But
yeah, I am.
When we into an argument,
You go ham.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, bro.
normally people don't. I don't
I'm
really
about to
think
say
it's
the nigga
about
talking
ambition. I don't really think it's about ambition. Sometimes it's about how you utilize the tool that you have. Like your degree is like you have the degree, yeah, but now you got to find a way to utilize it.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So that plays a part of it.
And even the knowledge without the degree. Because you got people that could make a whole bunch of money before they even acquire a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people feel like after I get the degree, now I could be successful. And that's a false narrative,
Yeah,
bro.
Super
very
false.
false.
You know? Because I know a lot of smart dummies.
Big facts.
Big
You know what's so funny? I was actually reading this thing. I can't remember where I read, but it was a statistic where you find people with degrees are more unemployed than people who doesn't have degrees because they feel like the degree makes them to a point where they become picky, which rightfully so. But they feel like certain jobs are beneath them and, certain entry levels, or maybe they feel like as soon as I get the degree, I should have this, like, this mark is my mark. Like, this is how much I should be getting paid right off the bat because
Oh
I have
yeah.
that
They
degree.
feel entitled because they have it.
Entitled,
Yeah.
perfect word.
And, it also go back to experience. Like, you could have all the degrees in the world, but if you ain't work a day in your life, you think you're going to beat somebody that been working 15 years?
Facts.
It don't work like that. You're going to have to know somebody.
I always wondered that though. With the work world, how do you expect a man to be experienced if you're not going to give him any experience?
Internships. You could do
Free.
you could work while you're in school. That's really the best thing I decided to do, bro. I'm happy I didn't.
What, the internship?
No, like just working while I was in school. The whole time I was in school, I worked. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, I got 10 years of experience. I started working when I was 19, 20 years old, and I never stopped. So now, after I finish my bachelor's and master's or whatever the case may be, 15, 20 years experience plus 3 degrees, they're going to be like, well, we can't come to him and be like, yeah, could you do this for X, Y, and Z amount? Nah.
That's kind of down the line of what Hypa was saying. It's why he kind of appreciates the degree, because when they looking on his resume and they see that they have that, as opposed to the certain amount that they would give without having that resume on your
Nah,
like, you know what? Because he has this degree, we're gonna offer him this couple more dollars just because that's on his resume.
Well,
you feel me?
technically, what Ease was saying is like you can have the degree, but if you don't have the experience, they won't. They'll either lowball you as well, or they'll just won't give you the job because it's like, yo, I just got out of college. You're looking for experience on an entry level fucking position. Like, how do you look for experience for an entry level? It's not a experience level. It's
Exactly.
entry level is
Entry is
for
like-
somebody out of college.
Yeah, it's like
but
basic training.
But if you look on one of these websites that's talking about job postings, and then they're saying entry level position, 3+ years of experience, this and that, this degree, blah blah blah, and you'll be like, yo, how do I need 3+ years of experience of something that you're supposed to be entry level. Like,
Facts.
that don't make sense.
Sometimes I feel like though the wording is too discourage. To discourage you.
Exactly.
Because after you read all of that, you're like, next, I'm not even gonna.
But it also, they didn't say what type of experience. They didn't say in the workforce. So if you have experience in life, if you take care of somebody that's sickly at your house for 2 years, like a grandparent or something like
Yeah,
that,
you can add that as experience.
that's experience. You know what I'm saying? So I think people just feel like, oh, they automatically talking about
The
job
in the field,
world,
yeah, in the field,
but
yeah.
nah, hell no. I added all type of shit that I had experience in.
I don't think you know so funny. I don't think it's the experience that bothers people more so than the entry level. They feel like in their mind they probably look at it as, I got the degree. Why do I gotta start from the bottom? Isn't that the point of a degree? But people don't realize it. You know what I mean? It's always you gotta find the hardest part is to find somewhere to start.
I
You know what I mean?
take it for what it is. Entry level. I like
Facts. I'm now getting started. The first time I'm now
take
going
it for
in.
what it
Pause.
is.
Yeah.
Ain't
But
no
I'm-
grade.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a lot of people with degrees feel like they shouldn't be starting where everybody else starting because they feel like, yo, you
That's
go
where
to
they go
school.
wrong.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's
And that's
they
how,
go to school
like
to
you said, I don't know
start
if you said
somewhere
it.
else.
That's how those people end up with having the degrees with
With
no
no
job.
Yeah, got a point.
So now that we heard from the people that did go to college, the question to you, Dane-Ja, why you feel like you didn't go to college?
For the same reason, everybody went to college on this table. It's the same reason I tried to attempt to, just to make my moms happy and whatnot. And I at the time I realized how important having a degree was. Also, it's like the same thing we were just saying. You have that on your resume looking for a job. After I graduated high school,
You had senioritis.
I had freshmanitis for college, if you want to call it that. You feel me? It's like I had senioritis in high school. So if I had senioritis in high school and I'm telling you I actually went to college, that means I pushed myself because I'm saying after high school, I'm good with the school stuff. I'm ready to just work. I felt like I went to school all my life. It's like, yo, do I really need more school? Like, what else can you tell me that? I'm of course, knowledge is endless, but it's like, what else what do I have to sit in more classes for? This is what discouraged me from going to college. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I have to sit in more classes for hours and hours again to teach me what now? So I tried the school thing. Man. I was into art. A large part of my life also. He knows.
But
that.
you used to draw.
I
Yeah, he was
used to
nice
draw.
with it. He was nice with it.
I really just got bored, bro. I really got bored.
Do you think maybe because it sounded like the ambition was there, you wanted to go, but do you think maybe it's just something that like the major that you chose that swayed you a little bit?
Maybe that too. I really had no like direction. I just like knew I had to do this. This is X, Y, and Z. College, here, job. This is where it's supposed to go. Mom said you got to go. Nobody's telling me why. Nobody's asking me, is this the direction you want to go in life? Nobody's telling me, put a time limit, have goals, write this down. Nobody's telling me nothing. So I'm just thinking, all right, more school. I'm good. I'm not doing this again. I'm really.
I went to college and I didn't even realize we got to pay back this money.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't like to. I usually don't bring that up, but that's one big reason I do not regret going to college, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
I have not $1
like
to pay back no schools.
A year
not
in,
$1.
after they stopped giving me financial aid, I'm like, a year in, they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to take out a loan. I'm like, okay, cool.
That's
That was-
Sally Mae thing, ain't it?
Yeah. Then they changed it
Fuck
to
her.
Navient.
That
Then they
thought.
changed it to something else. But yeah, like after financial aid stopped hitting, I'm like, oh shit, they paying for me.
Nah,
so
I try to
whatever.
I milk that shit all the way.
Exactly.
My first year, I applied for a scholarship, got the scholarship. We had to write like a 400-word essay. That was like when I first started in Queensboro. Got that. Got financial aid. Started in little jobs and started applying for taxes or whatever. Like I just try to milk it like to a point where it's like, you know what? I got to make sure I get this financial aid or I'm fucked. Straight up
No,
and
that's
down.
exactly what it was.
Yeah, so
that's
I
one
ne- I
thing
never
hope
really-
all of us when we have kids, first thing we teach our kids when they're like of age to especially when you start talking about college, you don't want to scare them off, but you want to let them know like, well, I mean, not everybody's gonna have college funds because nobody's like
Yeah.
I don't know whatever, but just in general, just start teaching them about like understanding what a loan is and stuff like that. Like 18 years old, straight out of high school, I'm like, I don't care. Like, however I need to go to college, let's do it. I don't care what I need to do.
That's how they
Sign
get
this
you.
right here, blah blah blah. and then it's like, oh shit, I gotta. Well, after you sign and then you finally read in the papers, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
10,000, I gotta pay this back.
I know this is kind of fast forwarding the topics, but with that, it sounds like your mindset is already, my child is going to college.
I don't force. I'm not gonna force my child to do anything.
So you're telling guidelines, you're teaching them about college. So you're encouraging them to go to college.
I would encourage my
That's
child
with
to
everything
go
in life, though, as
Yeah.
far as loans.
But that's one thing. Like you could scare them off by even saying, yeah, you got to pay. You going if I don't have a college fund for my child, and I start talking to them about loans when they're like 16 or something like that, like, oh, if you're going to college and you don't have, and I might not have the money, and you take out loans, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Whatever happened to like putting your kids on about that information from early? Nobody's against everybody's against that.
No, I'm about that from early, but I wasn't taught that. So like loans and stuff like that, I was a kid. Like I did kid things. I wasn't talked about with the grown ass loans.
Facts,
And shit. Like,
facts,
that's
facts.
grown people shit.
Ain't no bullshit ass loans.
time,
Yeah.
at the time, I hated the fact that like when I was 18, 19, starting college, like I was always the only one working out of all my friends, and I appreciate it now because during that time I couldn't apply for financial aid because I was working.
Oh, okay.
But the good part about that is I have no debt in none of my degrees, so I was able to just walk away like good.
Scot-free,
You know
good
what I'm
money.
saying? But as you were saying about loan, like teaching them early about that, I didn't have nobody to teach me that because I'm the first one to get a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So
You was a test dummy.
I had to learn on my
Word.
own. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
you.
And what I did do, I can't think of the book, but it was a book I read, and it was talking about money management, and it was saying like the best way to do like college or whatever when you're going in is to limit the amount of debt you accrue. So I didn't even know what that. I was like, how? I ain't got shit. So it was it's a lot of programs in these colleges too that people ain't aware of, where you don't just need Sally Mae or anything, like any grants or anything like that to pay for college. Some of them you get like you just get like discounts based on life experiences. You know what I'm saying? And
Let the people know, man. Let them know how to go about it.
well, it was different back then. I don't know if it's still.
they're not.
I don't know if it's still around. And now college is free if you don't make $100 some grand at all.
Yeah,
CUNYs
community
now.
college, yeah, it's
CUNY,
free.
so you good now.
But and you got to stay in New York, I think, for like 4
like
years
4
after.
years,
4
yeah.
years after you graduate.
I'll take
That's
that.
that's,
you-
that's,
but-
that's New
but-
York.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's out of New York.
Yeah.
Though.
But then sometimes when you come out of school with these community degrees, you still can't get a decent job with some of the. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Facts.
go to another school after that to get a higher degree. Some of these schools you go in with these degrees from, going to York College or whatever, and they look at you like this school is.
To me,
this
I
degree is
think-
nothing.
I think it's how you apply yourself
But
while
that-
you're in
yeah.
college.
because
Like all
Go
these
ahead.
interns, like I said, I didn't apply while I'm in college. I'm like, all right, let me just get my bachelor's and I'll be good. Not thinking, bro, use your resources that's around you.
Goes back to what E said. Something like you're like, and like what Hypa said, you're like the test dummy, so you don't really know. Like you didn't have anybody to tell
Exactly.
you. Look
Nobody
for
told me this.
internship and stuff like that. You're learning on the fly. So it's like you don't know about these things.
Yeah, because technically I am the first. Like my mom, she went to like trades and like a lot of people in my family did like trade schools or whatever, but full on
which
college.
is also excellent, and I would push that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would push trade school for people that
You go.
don't really like.
That's something
college.
you can hold on to for the rest of your life.
That hands-on learning is nothing better than that, because that's called human capital. Like
And-
college is too, but human capital is anything that allows a person to elevate their lifestyle with their skill set. So if you doing labor jobs or anything like that, and you got a trade under your belt, certifications and all that, some of those people some of the people
make a
with
lot of
college
bread.
degrees work for people with
Yeah,
trades.
Real, you judging.
I was just about to
Oh,
say, yo,
me?
Rello. So
I-
the other non-college person.
No,
talk
I'm
about
saying you judge it because you say you're college. I'm like, I graduated from York. So what you trying to say?
What is that? What?
You mentioned your cousin. Hey, what about those colleges like York?
That's just
And I
like
graduated from
I
York.
didn't hear that.
that's a SUNY though. That's a SUNY, right?
Yeah, that's CUNY.
Oh, cool. My bad. So I'm just saying, like you were saying, somebody applying. You apply with your York degree. Somebody,
with your
somebody from freaking Penn State or something like that. They're gonna look at the other person degree a little bit higher than yours. That's just the truth.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
unfortunately, it is what it is.
It's a bigger
So
perspective.
yeah, Rello.
yeah.
Yeah, Rello. So
bigger.
why you ain't go?
Yo, I hate school, bro.
Keep it a buck, keep it a
Nigga,
buck,
I
bro.
barely graduated high school. I hate school, bro.
keeping it a buck,
I
bro.
hate school. Like
Keeping it a buck.
I hate school. I fucking hate school. I just hate school. I hate it, son. I hate it. There's no other
Which high school you went
explanation to? Jack.
Andrew Jackson.
Oh, Jack. Okay.
Yeah,
My mom's went there with LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah. Not to
Forget it.
backtrack what Danger was saying, but like what the thing about with you were saying with the whole thing with the school and stuff like that with shit. What was it again?
Kids.
Yeah, with your kids and should you put school in kids mind college should be set
Like
in stone
loans
or
and
whatever.
stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like honestly, personally, I feel like every parent has a responsibility to at least have your kid have a college fund. I feel like from beginning, from
Yeah.
real young, start a college fund because
That's easy to say.
no, I'll tell you. Well, and it's not that much if you think about it.
I'm not saying it's not that much, but it's like for you it's not that much. For somebody else,
No.
like everybody's situation is completely
Of course,
different. Bro.
of course it is.
So
but I'm
like
saying
sometimes you might say something that is like, well, yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
But if somebody's not in that situation, somebody can't
Save that money.
exactly.
okay, but let me ask you this. And the thing about it is when people say saving, people always like think about like it's big money. Like imagine you just had a kid, right? Or maybe your girlfriend pregnant or whatever like that. You put aside $5 a week. Think about it until you do that until that kid is 18. Think about how much money you accumulated.
I think
it might
he's
not
trying.
be
I think
that
he's trying
much.
to say some people can't even afford to do that, bro.
It's like
it's real.
I don't think so.
That's
I don't think
yeah.
that's
I don't. If
I
$5,
think what it is, they'll probably forget before they don't have it to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be like, yeah.
Or they ain't
Yeah,
thinking about.
and
Or they're not
honestly,
thinking about that.
that's just being honestly. You saying that's just looking for an excuse.
I'm not
Like-
saying. I really believe that's some people's situation in real life.
All right, well then they shouldn't even be fucking and having a baby. If that's the case.
I mean,
if you
true.
can't put aside $5 a
Yo,
week,
bro,
my nigga,
bro,
come
there's
on.
so-
I'm
I'm not-
sorry. That's an excuse, my nigga. I'm sorry.
And you sound like you're judging. At the
I
end
am
of the day,
judging.
bro.
I'm not even hold you. I am
All right,
judging.
cool, but yo, everybody
So
got
broke.
their own situations, bro, and like,
But
yo,
I-
life ain't easy.
I'm
No,
not
I'm
judging.
not
I'm
saying-
not judging anybody's situation, but I'm just saying, like, I think more people would forget to put the money in the account before they
It's
can't
not
afford
ease.
it.
You said forget. They might not.
It's not even
thinking about.
Yeah,
it.
it's not
Putting
even
$5.
that. They probably
They-
look at it. The money's so small. I'm not. Why would I even put that in? No,
Yeah,
but if you
they-
think about it,
they
money.
might not- don't
People,
even
you know what
want
it
to.
is with people. Sometimes I feel like people don't ever
About to
look
do the
at
math
the
right
long.
now, bro.
People don't even.
Nigga about to start saving $5
Yeah.
for himself.
I just want
How
to do
many
the
weeks
math.
is in a
just-
year?
It might not. It
300.
might not.
I'm about to do
It might not be a lot, or it might not be a lot, but it's something.
Nah,
you
it's
know what
gonna
I
be.
mean?
It's gonna be a lot.
It's 52 work weeks.
It's
in
gonna
a
be
year.
a lot.
Yeah, 52 work weeks in a year.
$4,680.
A year.
Yeah,
No, 18 years.
no, 18 years. But I'm just saying. It's,
4,000.
No, that's a little bit. That's
Yeah.
They ain't going
That's
nowhere.
how
man.
much-
It
Yeah,
gets
but
That's a
it's
waste of
something,
time.
though.
That's how much the new iPhone going to
Yeah,
be.
but it's something,
2023.
Facts, bro. You 2023, nigga.
and-
That's
I could afford 4 iPhones.
So okay. So what you say? You rather not do nothing at all then?
It's not. No, I
that
understand
doesn't
what you're
really-
So I
talking
mean,
about.
that's
Got
something
it.
like you
That'll
should
pay-
have at least
That'll
something.
pay for 1 semester of
but
CUNY.
at least it's
That's-
something. At least it's something.
Yeah,
though.
don't be degrading CUNY. I don't even like.
I
this
went to a
energy
CUNY.
right
Judging, bro. Judging.
Yo, I
now.
graduated from a
And
CUNY
and
school.
just to be clear, you know what I'm saying. You could start out in any type of school. It's just where you finish at. Really.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
need
saying?
To go,
Yo,
But
it's
you
not-
don't have to build
I
up to that.
I don't
Yeah.
look at none
Hence,
of that.
that's why there's undergrad.
I'm a
there's-
City Tech alumni. I'm proud. I don't care. I got a college degree, and I like Hypa said. Some people might look at it as a piece of paper. It is a piece of paper, but I looked at that as 6 years hard work because it took me 6
Put it
years
like
to
this.
graduate.
that's a school
Put it like
that I
this.
went. That's a school that I went to, and I said,
I hear you.
I'm
I
good.
hear you.
Put it like this.
Good love and joy.
One of my business law professors, he was a Yale professor, and he came to Queensborough, and then it was another one that came from Harvard, and he is currently at Queens. And he was telling us basically like there's no difference in the education.
Exactly. Like yo,
There's
a
no
bachelor's
difference, yeah,
degree.
It's just the name.
A
But the
bachelor's-
jobs look at those
They
No,
look,
things.
look at it. They
Yeah,
look
do.
at that, but they're not just automatically getting hired from that.
Yeah,
You
because
know what I'm saying?
'cause it-
Unless you're in a society or something like that. Like
But you got a lot of these, especially. I mean, it's kind of about connections and who you know. This because
Yeah.
some of those people in those positions graduate from Yale and Harvard. So if they see a Yale graduate, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you went to
You
Yale.
must
I
know
went
it.
to Yale. And
Yeah.
you went to Yale.
But
and
see,
we
this
all
is
went to
where.
Yale."
But that's one.
We all went to y'all.
you went to
Yeah, but Yeah, that's
true,
one
though.
part of it though. That's one part of it. But what about when they finally put you in the field with somebody else that's hungrier than you? That's gonna expose you.
But you don't get the opportunity
Yes,
even to do that sometimes.
I think
though.
not sometimes, but
You don't.
there's
You
opportunities
don't.
that you do.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. With my CUNY degree, I passed up a lot of people that had
Yeah.
prestigious degrees.
Some niggas be
Your
having
work
that.
ethic is
Some
different.
niggas be having that degree from
You know
Phoenix
what I'm
on
saying?
website www.phoenixuniversity.com.
Online.
IDC.
Online. Online.
And it be busting niggas.
Who that? That's
Lil Romeo.
Romeo.
What's the song?
Big promo. ICDC.
Hey man, look at you sitting on the couch, man. Get on up and get to college.
Yo, what's that? That's the same nigga with the attitude. He's like, you ain't doing nothing anyway. Nigga rolled his eyes, walked away. I'm like, damn, son, he making me feel bad. I ain't going to school.
Come on, look at you sitting there.
Yo, he made everybody feel that way. I ain't
Oh
gonna
my
front.
You ain't doing nothing anyway. Might as well go.
Yo, I promise you, I looked at that commercial. I looked at my
my
phone.
God.
I'm like, yo, I think I should do something productive.
Oh my God, yeah.
Now, what I was gonna say was like one thing I realized even going back to Dane-Ja, because I remember when he first started telling me he was going to Kingsborough, and at one point he told me he just stopped
I went
going.
to 2 schools. That's to tell you that it wasn't for me, bro. I tried college twice, 2 colleges, Kingsborough and City Tech, and I said this is a dub.
So when he told me, like, this is when I just come to the realization that sometimes college ain't for everybody.
Not for everybody.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? Because
Definitely not.
I feel like there's some people that's already like their mind is already trained and set to go to college, and there's some people where they're not really thinking about it, so then they're not putting much thoughts into it. So I always felt like with him, I feel like maybe that wasn't for him, and I never really like look at it like, oh, you ain't going to college, I can't fuck with you, like, because it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? I just took it for what it was. That's just the way he is, and he may feel that might not be his thing. You know what I'm saying? I just continue, but like I just feel like I just use that particular situation as saying, you know what, it ain't for everybody, and I feel like you have to be mentally prepared for that. So,
And I think the wrong idea that people think is like a college degree is everything, and it's not. You could get certifications, bro, that blow college degrees out the fucking water, man.
All them
You could
trade,
start.
all them trade
Most of the
jobs.
people that got trade certifications got their own business, and they work for a major company. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the person. See, me,
True.
I'm not that creative to create my own business as of yet. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I need my degree to work for me so I could get creative enough to create my own business.
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And some people is like that. Some people is creative off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Without a college degree, you doing better than a lot of niggas with 2 jobs. He just swag. You heard that laugh?
You know. Danger, you ever regret not going to college? Like, a experience ever happened to you where you're like, damn, I regret not going to college?
Never once in my life. I'm so
Never?
sorry, bro. Never.
Oh,
son.
wow. That's
never.
crazy.
Nah,
I never
Time, bro.
it never said I wish I would have went to college, even when it was the thing, bro. I never said that, bro.
He said the thing.
Yo, I got
Never
a
said that,
all right,
son.
I got a
That's
question.
Because
for
you know
bro.
now, once upon a time, bro, you talk about you not going to college. Just see how he just said, like, once upon a time, he didn't go to college. I didn't look at him no way. Because once upon a time, at that time, it was looked down upon.
You was looked at like,
if you
oh,
didn't go to college.
facts.
I never gave a fuck, son.
Yeah.
That's why I am
Big,
the way
big
I am,
facts.
because I never cared how people.
Would y'all
View
would
myself.
you and Rel
That's a fact.
give it a try now? Like look. Let me put the perspective out there. Y'all know exactly what y'all want to do. Y'all know the college that offer it. Would y'all consider going back?
The answer for me is yes, but it stays right there.
So you wouldn't.
I would go, but I'm not going to.
It's like I don't.
Not
It's like
gonna go at all.
It's like I can
yes,
see,
but no.
like I can see myself doing it, but I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not getting up and saying, like, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
Nah, that's a
Doing it,
good.
but I'm
That's
not
a
doing it.
good.
You into like music or
You into-
producing
right.
and shit
So
like that.
it's like
well, you
Bro,
come off like you into
I
it.
would go in a heartbeat.
So
That's your
as far as
That's your business,
as
bro.
far as like
Danger, we
you got
out,
the
nigga.
opportunity.
Let's go.
You got the opportunity to go to, I guess, 5 Towns College or some shit.
I've
Like that.
experienced life to where I can. I've experienced shit to where I feel like I don't need school. I got by I got by. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going to school. Anybody
Because
want to go to college?
I'm not gonna hold you. Me, I kind of want to go back for business related purposes. I want to,
Brandon marketing.
yeah. I want to
Sharpen your skills.
Yeah, I want to sharpen my business skills because creativity wise, I feel like I can maximize that part, but the business part is like, I wish I was better. I need to be better. Let me sharpen that part of the business.
And you think school will do that? You don't think there's other ways you can?
So-
No, obviously there's other ways, but it's
I
just
mean,
like
Yeah, life is the best educator.
Exactly.
Period. But like he's saying, like, you know, of course, like school will help him out. You know what I mean? Certain things, there's certain spaces that you need to learn about certain things, and I think school could help you do that.
Yeah, because school challenge you in ways where life may not. You know what I'm saying? And life,
Sometimes.
everything.
Like why? Like
I
how?
ain't saying all the time, but
I can't relate
like-
to that at all. Like,
Like
how?
everything
so
I
like,
would.
what I'm saying is like school is not gonna. I mean, experiences ain't gonna be like, all right, let me see if you know all of these lenses. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you know what I'm saying, go to school for that and be like, well, what's the difference between all of these that look
or we're at
like
a
for
point
his
now where we
perspective?
can self-teach ourselves a lot of
I
things.
see.
YouTube.
I'm
Yeah,
exactly.
but we could only.
I said.
Sometimes
You said-
sometimes you need other people to test you, bro.
They
Because
got
you're
YouTube
gonna-
University right
certain
now.
things
They got-
He ain't never lied,
Okay,
bro.
no, he's
University.
right. He's right, but what's it gonna take for you to find out these things to look for in YouTube?
The ambition.
Not even just the ambition. It's like
yeah, you do need the drive. The
It's
drive.
like-
not
the
even
drive,
just drive.
bro.
All right, it's not even just drive. All right, you see a contract. You want to learn more about contracts. You want to know the logistics of how writing a contract or how
YouTube.
how stuff like that. YouTube. Okay, what are you looking for inside the contract that
Yo,
you're gonna
I
go
swear to
put
God,
on
you
YouTube?
can research everything.
I understand
just
you
search
can
contract.
YouTube it, but what I'm saying is, you said,
Y'all
just-
niggas ain't getting it.
that's what I yeah.
I do get it. I do get what
I think they're just joking.
being an
I think they're just joking.
Yeah, we kind of, sort of. But yo, look, I never knew. I knew how to do. I learned photography in college. I never really cared at the time until I picked it up later on after I graduated. Well, like later on in college after I already took the classes. Yo, when I started doing video, and I only been doing video for a year and a half, literally, and I'm not even advanced the way I would like to be, but I'm getting there. I literally went on YouTube and learned. I've never taken a freaking videography class or how to shoot this, how to shoot that. It's literally, all right, let me go on YouTube. I need to do some research.
It's not a joke.
Learn the
really
tiniest
just
things.
YouTube, bro. Just
then-
YouTube.
Okay, I
I
feel like
go to YouTube
That's
for
work
math
too, though.
problem
Don't get it
solving.
twisted.
Yeah.
But
That's
this is,
work.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, but I think this is just my opinion. I personally feel everybody who's have like any type of entrepreneurship should at least take one or two or maybe a few business courses. That's just me,
And
because you got to know how business work. Because I understand life is the best educator, but on the way you don't want to get raped every time you hit a business situation.
And
'Cause-
YouTube ain't gonna teach
and
you that.
YouTube ain't gonna teach after. YouTube might teach you after you get robbed, but how much times you gonna get robbed for you to fully understand business?
I agree. You
and
can
business is like a savage. It's a savage industry.
That's
trust
why
me,
I
we
literally
know.
said I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I
So-
want to. I actually do want to.
That shit would make
yo.
yo. Ain't gonna lie. Like, trust me, I don't. Whether you choose to go back or not is not like. I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to. Nah, I'm saying like I would love to see like you know
I'm
what
sure
I'm
you
saying.
would.
but I'm not loving y'all right now.
I would love to see y'all. No, I would love to see y'all be on some shit like
Keep me
yo.
out that y'all.
my love not at that peak until you go back to school.
Yeah, listen.
I ain't posting your
Nah,
picture until
listen. I was just gonna basically say with Dane-Ja saying he ain't going back when you brought up the 5 towns. Like for me, I like you guys use it from a business standpoint. I'm gonna use it from a music standpoint because I have this thing where I would want to learn how to make beats, and this is something that's still in back of my mind. Like I always want to know how to make beats.
So you
go
gonna
ahead,
So
bro.
my thing is
go back to school and whatever
It's-
knowledge you get, just come back. You just
I
put
knew
me
you was
on.
gonna say
Just
that.
put me on, bro.
and charge
Save me
him.
the time.
Charge him.
like I feel like if somebody say, yo, Hypa, here's $10,000. Like I think with him, it's the thought process of sitting down in the class wasting time. That's what it is for him.
They never said that.
all
Never said that.
schools- oh,
It's
okay.
not a waste of time. But that sitting down in the class thing is discouraging.
No,
every school is not like that.
I can't stay
Every
one
school
place,
is
bro.
not like that,
realize
bro.
That shit makes
You gotta-
me like.
You gotta find a school that's.
Every school.
Anxiety is like I can't.
You gotta find a
4
school.
hours, 3 hours here, just right here. Nah,
Yo,
nah,
what
I gotta
I-
go. I
what
gotta
I
get up.
hated-
Every school is
Gotta
not
get up,
like
bro.
that.
What
though.
I hated in my college
Pause that.
specifically, I wasn't the okay. I want to study. I hated all that shit, but I loved anything that had to do with a project. Oh, you got to do this, create this. So you gotta
Right, thank
gotta
you.
find the schools that's not trying to tell you you got to take English 101, the English 121, the
another
math
language,
101.
another
Man,
language.
like,
and
fuck all
that's
that.
what, like, it's like if you're taking courses where
they teaching you like how to make music.
You're gonna love it.
You're
bro.
gonna love it. You're not even
And
gonna think. I've been
sit
saying
through
for
that
3
class.
hours.
Nah,
You're
you
gonna
know what
sit
it
through
is?
that class, and then people that's talking, you be like, "Yo, shut up,
Shut up.
like you know what I'm saying?
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
But it's
for
the
me-
classes where it's like
No,
English and
to-
shit. Like
to-
I don't want to do none of that. I don't
To
care.
get up and go to the school and sign up and go online, it's not happening, bro. I'm not
know-
that process.
You know how I
No,
feel.
I'm-
You know how I feel. Danger is, and I feel like this is just my
Force feed it?
value. Nah, not even just. No, it's just my evaluation.
Well,
of him,
I got
and I've seen it.
somebody got to put me on.
No, no, no.
I got it.
That's another story. That's another story.
Let the nigga tell you.
But what I'm saying is, hold on.
Let the nigga tell you.
Yeah, but you know what it is with him? I feel like it is to a point where it's get down to the point where it's like, yo, you gotta catch me on the rip, off the rip. If you don't, I don't even why I'm here. I don't want to know
You know what's
why
so
I'm
funny?
here for.
That's why he don't listen to a lot of
You
albums.
actually right, bro. I'm a to
He's gotta work. He gotta give you the backstory,
No,
then
no,
work, then work back.
It's no, it's no backstory. It's actually I am a momentum kind of person because it's like it's a lot of it's
I
a lot.
respect that,
It's a
bro.
lot of stuff. It's like I want to do. If I'm in the mood right now, I want to do it right now. I'm gonna give it 1,000. I'm gonna go ham.
Yeah.
That same thing, I might not feel that same way another month, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not in the mood. I just don't want to do
Like
it.
Danger's
That's how
not
I
that.
am.
To me, I also always felt Danger's not that wax on, wax off type of dude. It's like, yo, tell me what to do. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And tell me what to do, and tell me what am I gonna benefit
Like-
from it.
like I
and
feel-
that's it. And
It
tell me how to get
even
from it.
goes
That's
back
it.
to the like
Don't.
when you speak to me, it's like I take what you say literal. So
Yeah,
if
I
you
do
say
too.
A plus B equals C equals 2, all
Yeah.
that ain't make sense. You get what I'm trying to
Nah, I
say?
get
If
what
you
you're
tell
saying.
me that's what you said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fuck the equation.
what you just said,
Yeah, the answer.
and you like, bro, you know what? No, don't tell me you didn't mean it like that. What you just said, that's how I'm trying to process.
You
literal.
ever just go on YouTube like you
See,
big
y'all
enough?
niggas
No,
giving mad
I'm
love
just
to you
Shouts
too.
to YouTube
I-
University.
I'm just
crazy, bro.
YouTube
is
is
the-
life.
I'm just bigging
Hey,
up what
big
what
facts.
Danger said. I'm just
I
bigging up
learned
what
shit
Danger said.
off
But
of
little
DJing from
Google.
YouTube, bro.
specifically, you ever just go on YouTube, say fuck it, I'm gonna download one of these production how to make beat apps, Fruity Loops or whatever them shits is called, and just go on YouTube and just learn the basics.
Eyes for the record, I'm gonna do all that just in time. No, I'm doing. That's the plan.
I'm
But
probably gonna beat
it's
you
a
to it.
Yeah, you could do that. You
I
could do
can
that.
see.
But
I can
it's
see
gonna-
myself
it's
doing it, but I'm not gonna do
No,
it.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do that. That I'm gonna do. But
As long as the interview go well, I'm gonna get you in here. Da 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 da. So I'm like, yes, I'm about to make some chips, about to be gooch. So I go to the interview or whatever. I'm sitting down with the lady now, talking and whatever. Lady's cool. Interview is vibesy. Everything is cool. So she's like, yeah, what you got with you, blah, blah, blah. But first we kind of talked and we kind of had like a brief interview before she even asked me to present any documentations. So I give her my resume now, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So she's like, oh, so you got do you have a high school diploma? I'm like, yeah, I got high school diploma. Bam, and you with that? I'm good with that. She's like, oh, so do you have a college degree or whatever? I'm like, nah, I don't have a college degree. So she like leaves out the room or whatever, and comes back into the room or whatever, and then she sits back down. She's like, yeah, we have some other candidates, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to, talk to these candidates. But I was doing interviews at the whole time. Working in retail, I was doing interviews. If I send you away, bro, you ain't got the job. That's just from what I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From doing that.
the code line is we'll give you a call once you get that. It's a dub, bro.
Yeah, so basically I knew what it is already. So I'm like, so I just straight up asked her, I'm like, so, what's my chances of getting a job or whatever? I know how this whole interview thing goes. What's the realistic chances of me getting a job? So she's just like straight up, honestly, you don't have a college degree, and that's kind of a requirement to have the job, da, da, da. She goes into this long speech, but as soon as she says that to me, I'm just staring at her like, the words are just going in and out of my ear. I'm not really listening. So, interview's over, so now I go sit down. I'm outside now. I'm sitting down, eating, whatever. So my aunt, just who it is, she called me on the phone. She's like, yeah, what happened? Da-da-da-da. I'm just waiting for hear back from her so I could get you in here. So I'm like, yo, she said, I don't have a college degree, da-da-da-da. She's like, oh, I didn't even know, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know that was a requirement. I'm sorry about that, blah, blah, blah. Just giving me all these sorries. So I just hung up the phone. So I just hung up the phone and now I'm sitting there, son. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold nobody, bro. Tears was falling down my eyes.
Yo, that
and that was the only time like
feeling
I
is
only felt
devastating. I
like
know, it
that was
is.
one of the times I felt like, damn, son, Why didn't I just go to college? And that was just a moment for me to, you know what I'm saying? Even though still I ain't go to college after that. But just still, at the end of the day, just sitting there and just hearing that and knowing that that was the only thing that stopped me from maybe progressing into a field that could have been, you know what I mean, a solid
That was my
field
biggest
for me.
fear.
So,
That's why I
you know
brought
what I'm
it
saying?
up in the beginning. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you.
So, yeah, that's my spiel. That's my story on it. So, yeah, that was a time that I felt like, you know, I should have went to school.
But
whatnot.
my question to you and Danger was, would you go back?
I already answered that.
No, I know. He didn't know.
If you asked me maybe a couple of years ago, I might have said yeah. But right now, I feel like I don't want to, you know, crack my egg before it hatch. But I'm working on something right now that's really, I got a mentor and everything. So I'm working on something that's going to be really, really good for me. Okay. Something I always wanted to do. So right now, I feel like maybe later down the line, but right now I feel like that's not something that I want to do right now. But maybe, like I said, maybe on later down the line, that might be something that, you know.
Let me ask Danger something. Do you feel that you considering going back would probably slow you down? Like it has, like, or you feel like you don't need to go to college to know certain things because of YouTube? I'm just not. It has to be one of the two, bro. It has to be one of the two. It has to be one of the two.
That's the clip.
That's the clip. No, hell.
That has to be one of the two.
You gotta call this on YouTube.
That's the clip.
Shouts to YouTube. That shit was funny.
We're gonna call this one shouts to
My
YouTube.
answer is just as simple as
And YouTube- and
My
YouTube
answer is
trust.
just as simple as Rello, bro.
YouTube trust.
I don't like school, bro.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't like
about
school,
it.
son.
All right, bet.
I don't have no interest for school.
Yeah, he has no. interest for school.
Learning, having interest in learning stuff that I'm interested in already.
You want to learn on your rate,
I can do that, but the whole process of going to college and all that, blase.
Stop saying college.
I dig it, bro.
It ain't the only place, bro.
Okay. I got you. I got you. Trade
You got
school,
YouTube
trade,
and Google,
trade,
my nigga.
trade school and all that. Fine.
YouTube and Google it.
You got
But
YouTube.
you know-
Once again,
You know what
hold on before you even say that. Everybody's listening out there. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm discouraging them to go to college, to school, whatever the case may be. But for the people who did go to college, what do you say to a person like me, looking on social media and seeing daily every person that went to college crying about student loans? That makes me
or not doing what they went to school
not
for.
regret going even more, bro.
But what do you
It
say?
really does.
What about those people that's millionaires wiping their ass with
Please,
$100 bills?
please tell me.
That went to
Please give me
college?
4 or 5 names of those millionaires that went to college. Please.
What?
Somebody that you don't know and do know.
What?
Oh,
I'm trying to tell you. Who?
It's a lot of people.
There's a
that
lot of people. You act like
That-
people don't graduate
No,
college.
I'm not saying. I'm talking
They
about
make
the people,
money.
the people who went to college and graduated and are millionaires. You know people like that.
Yes.
Who? Where? Okay,
I got-
maybe you do, but I don't know anybody I don't know anybody that went to college and became a millionaire off of their career that they went to college for.
Bro,
I don't
it
know anybody.
happens all the time.
I'm not saying it
All
don't.
right, question. Do you know anybody that didn't go to college that's a millionaire that didn't go to college?
I know people who didn't go to college that are very, very well off.
All right, but let me tell
Very
you,
well off.
is it? But remember, we are what we eat. We are what we. When I say we are what we eat, I mean like as in like mentally what we watch. What we watch is what
That's
we.
why I'm
what
saying
we
when he
digest.
said there
So,
are people.
do you
I'm
think-
very aware that
Oh,
there are people that
alright.
go to college.
Yeah,
but
so I'm saying. So maybe, do you think it's maybe the platforms that you're always watching? Maybe that's the reason you feel that way. Maybe that's
that feel about what?
like that you feel like the way you feel. Period.
About
Like-
college?
Like what you just said. The whole thing. The whole
With
thing. The whole
the
spiel you
school?
just said. Is
I'm going not even.
because you said you don't know nobody. You like name somebody or whatever like that. That maybe do you feel like you don't know any of these people because maybe it's not in your like your immediate circle.
interactions.
Yeah, your immediate circle. You're not,
I mean,
that's saying-
social media is a big.
it's pure fuckery, man. we with the fuckery.
We know that. But
that's
I'm
what I'm
talking
saying.
about the social media to the people that I know personally.
Yeah, but I'm
seeing-
saying, do you
speak on?
But
there.
that's what I'm saying.
I see a lot of that.
We
bro.
are
I see
what
a lot of
we digest mentally. So I'm saying, do you branch out to other sides, to other things like you said, like.
No, I know there's a lot of.
I'm
lot of
more on the entrepreneurship side, not with the, as far as school and college, like that life, that whole life.
I know,
it's
but
a blur to me.
like
son.
I'm just saying, with
I
me,
can't relate.
With me, I'm just saying, I'm the type of person like I don't know. I got a lust for knowledge to a point where it's like you said, if you said like how you said, if I know anybody, if I don't know anybody that's graduated college and is a millionaire, I would type be the person to look it up. I'll be like, you know
No,
what?
when I say that, I'm not
What?
saying like in general, because I know there are people who went to college, but I'm just trying to say like It goes
Not
back.
in
It
your
goes back to
immediate
kind of what
circle.
you're saying. Like I kind of are what you eat. The people that you around. Like I don't know anybody that went to college. That's why that can be discouraging for me because I don't know anybody generations before me, in front of me, during me that went to college and like. Yo, that guy that went to college, my nigga, this man is making crazy. I can't say that about anybody.
That goes
but
back
I
to
can't
what I
say that about
said.
anybody.
That goes back to what I said
Have you
about
ever stepped out your
college.
square? Have you ever stepped out your square to try to
Yeah.
try to see different things, like try to see how other people function instead of the regular Instagram and stuff like that, like other than have you ever separated yourself from that and try to see things differently from other people, from other perspectives
Absolutely,
other than that?
but
social media?
when you say step out, like how? What am I
That's a
doing?
good
to
question.
step
So
out?
let me
That's-
tell
no,
you.
that's-
Let me
that's-
tell you.
that's
Let me
the
tell you an
question.
example.
Where am I looking? Why am I looking?
The first
Yeah,
time,
I don't have the answer, but
the
that's
first
what I'm
time I
saying. That's
saw,
what you should think about. That's what I mean.
the first time I saw and met a millionaire was in college, and he was 19. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with he had a degree or he didn't have a degree. The knowledge he gained from college, he used that to make money.
I'll make more money. You mean?
And make more. You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes like a degree help people become millionaires because you got to get like with me. I'll just tell it. So like I work for a huge corporation. I'm learning that corporation from the bottom up. You know what I'm saying? Pause. And what I'm trying to do is create my own. So once you learn everything and you have the degree to
Take
back it
those
up
same resources
and you go create your own, it's much easier.
Yeah, because you build the net, you build all the type of networking and everything.
All
the
the doctors,
connections.
all of nurses, all
Alright.
of these people
So-
that you befriended, they'll come and work with you.
So piggyback off to what you said, and even I think it was Rello saying that shit, man. Or about going back to college, like the furthest I can see myself, like I do have thoughts sometimes, like damn, I feel like the person that went to college next to me, he gained some kind of information that I probably could have had that would have been
and
like
utilize better than him.
that's the furthest it goes. Like when you guys ask me, would I ever consider going back to college? Did I ever have that regretful thought? Like, damn son, should I? That's the thought that I have. I'm like, yo, bro, he went to that college, and he did something that got him out here looking. You know what I mean? Successful.
I think for the love we have for our craft, I would think that if it was a situation where me and you go to DJ school,
Oh my god!
I think
said
I
DJ school.
no, I really no.
Yo, you know what?
Seriously,
I used to.
I really think your mind frame would change.
Nah, I used to belittle that DJ school stuff. You know what?
Nah, I'm
to,
just
to be honest with you, it's an honorable mention to him.
Yeah.
TJ Mizo, that's Jam Master J's son.
yeah,
The DJ.
yeah. They got academy.
He's crazy nice.
yeah.
And he learned DJing from going to
Some DJ academy.
what's the known
I don't
DJ
know.
school?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but it's like a DJ academy.
And I'm just like, yo, if he actually went to school and he's doing crazy shit
Yeah,
that I
so
don't even know how to do. So I'm
That's
just like,
the only reason. That's the
yo.
only reason why I bring up the school thing to y'all because I know the ambition y'all have,
That's
and
why-
I'm like,
I
yo,
understood your question, but that's
Yeah.
why I
Y'all
said.
go-
But you
Man.
know what it is? I think you miss like you like you saying it wrong. I feel like it's not necessarily school. I feel like y'all should just go take courses. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
just
learning.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
learning.
It's just the
yeah.
school thing that
Yeah.
kind of
As soon as he say school, he's thinking college. So
Yes,
he's like
yes.
English,
That's
math.
why
He's thinking-
I'm not
English,
saying-
yeah,
that's why-
read
that's
it
why-
out.
that's
That's
why-
right, right.
That's why I said that to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, it ain't just college.
Yeah.
Stop saying college.
And when you see college, I think tell me if I'm wrong. You see like 3 years. You see 4 years.
3 years?
You see 2 years.
Yo, I be seeing people go to school for like a decade, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
that's what I'm
people.
saying.
That's
But-
people that's going to be doctors and lawyers. You ain't think about none of that.
Yeah,
and I honestly think college is only for certain people.
Yo, you could take
You know
a
what I'm saying?
course
Yeah,
and
course.
learn
Certain-
so
certain-
much.
I think.
Certain
One
degrees
course
could
teach
should go
you
to
so
college,
much.
and
Yep.
certain degrees should go to
You
trade.
could take a course online. You don't gotta go to
Yeah.
school.
You can take courses.
But you
online.
got people going to school for 4 years
But I'm not gonna
for
lie.
music.
I used to be
I'm the
judging.
type
I used to think
I
that
like
people that take
somebody in
online
front
was
of me
lazy.
so I
Yeah,
can
me too.
ask
I was
questions.
just about to say that. Hands on.
I need
Yeah, I'm a
that
hands-on
too
too.
because the whole act of me opening my laptop again and going online for that
Lazy,
course,
lazy.
I ain't doing that, bro.
Yeah, but then if
Yeah, I
it's a
am lazy.
DJ school and then you ain't got to worry about pens and papers, you just got to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with y'all saying. It's all
You know what
about
I'm saying?
if I'm interested, I'm gonna do what I have to do, bro.
To answer what you were saying about just watching people who went to school and be crying about freaking student loans, like I'm lucky enough to freaking be able to pay off.
Yo, bro.
I paid off my student loans, and that was like one of the best.
I tell
ever.
everybody that you did that, son. You're not understanding. It's like you're not
big though.
you're not
Real
understanding,
shit,
bro.
real shit.
From
Yo,
what-
and it was taking me forever. Well, you know what?
you've been
It
out of
takes
college for
everybody
some.
forever.
You've been out of college for some time. I know people who's been out of college around the same amount of time that you've been out of college, bro.
Yo,
and
no,
they
people-
still be crying about that shit,
Yo,
bro.
I know
People pay-
anesthesiologists
Yo,
that still paying college loans, and
that's
they've been
what
in their career for 40 years.
No, people.
Wow.
Shit
dead
make me
serious.
feel like it's a
I'm
setup,
not-
bro.
I
Like
was lucky enough to do it. I'm not like I would still be paying it, but I'm lucky enough to get out that situation. The second I got out that situation, I'm like, yo, it's just a weight off your back. And
OD.
And I understand when
OD.
people be
Weight,
complaining all the
the
time. 'cause
gorilla,
that shit
nigga.
hurts. And the thing is, you don't when you go to college, and I said this earlier, when you go to college and you sign in these papers and these loan papers, you don't realize like, yo, I might not get a job after college, which means I may not be able to pay these loans
you
immediately.
think they're not
as
aware
soon-
of that?
No, nobody knows that.
you
Fucking-
don't.
No, I'm
the
talking.
student,
I'm talking.
but he's talking about
I'm
the
talk-
company
yeah,
that loaned you the
and-
money.
No, the company knows what they're doing, but the student is not being taught these things. So I remember seeing some meme online like this shit. I think I screenshotted it. I'm probably looking at my phone before we end this topic. But it like, yo, kids should be taught a lot of things when just growing up as a child. You and your teens, these parents, teachers, there should be other topics put in class.
That's why
They need a
Money
financial
management.
class like money management,
Money
and all
management,
that. All
credit,
that.
Or
credit.
even,
I got
even
the
a life,
screenshot.
even life. Period. That's why I feel like that's what
What, like
what
a
they
life,
need
like
to
a life
teach.
class.
Yeah, life course
Facts,
in
facts.
I
high
got-
school.
Look, I got it right here. It
Life
says classes
experience.
that should
Yeah, like
classes that should be mandatory in high school.
taxes, how to
It says
taxes
accounting,
and all that.
money
Yeah.
management,
Yeah.
money management,
All financial, bro.
taxes, how to build and keep good credit, establishing a job/career, nutrition, self-defense. A lot of these stuff.
How to network.
exactly.
All the things that'll get you by in life, and that's all the things that they keep out of schools.
Yeah.
So
But
crazy.
see,
son.
that's where
That's
it
my
goes.
issue with school.
That's what school like.
That's
if
my
you
issue
take the
too. That's
right-
what I've been trying to get at without saying it.
If
But
you take the
I
right
mean,
things from it,
higher
you'll-
learning is different. College, you see these things. You see these things like they don't necessarily talk about it in depth, maybe, but you see it every day. Like you communicate with different people, different cultures. Like in college, I'm telling you, like that's the only place I've actually said like I've actually seen and talked to different people from different cultures. Because honestly, tell you the truth, in high school,
I grew
we
up
all from the
around-
same
we all-
neighborhood.
everybody's black.
Everybody know each other. That's what I'm saying. But like in college, I met like a whole different bunch of people. So it's like it kind of made me open my eyes on like, you know what I mean? Like the
Different
world
cultures.
is bigger than the block. You know what I mean? Like it really opened my eyes. And mind you, this is when I was
Yeah,
18,
that's crazy.
19.
I actually learned the world is bigger from the block from DJing, bro. The DJing took me like
Because it's
off
a
the
life
block.
experience.
facts, bro.
Yeah.
It takes me from state to state, bro. I mean, I ain't really
But
go
either
country
way,
to country.
either way you slice it, it's all about knowledge. And the more knowledge you got about DJing, the more broader your audience got, the more broader your events got, the more experiences you encountered. So education generally is like the answer. You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
No, I just
Education's
said
the answer.
education is the answer. Like no matter if it's in school, trade school, or whatever, like just knowledge in general. Just keep.
Oh, that's
learning.
a fact. Whether you whether you want to go to school or not, I encourage everybody to self-teach, educate, knowledge. Just keep instilling your mind with just learn something different every day.
Yeah,
Nobody teach you better than you.
Yeah, and if I could tell anybody, man, if I could tell
Drops
any
mic.
if I could tell any entrepreneurs to tell anything, like take business courses.
No,
about
I'm not.
business.
I'm
Know to
with
the
you on
T's.
that. I'm with you on
Dot
that.
your I's, cross your T's. Even if you got to take like, even with contracts, like contracts are a big thing. Like, you know what I mean? If you
It's
got to
a lot
learn a
of-
little bit about litigation
I could
and
talk
stuff like
to
that.
the
You know what I mean?
entrepreneurs
Like,
on the table right now. It's a lot of experience that we experience. That it's a lot of shit that we went through that we got screwed over, and that we know it's a lot of stuff that we know now that if
You
we knew
wish you
if
knew
we
back
knew
then.
before, bro.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, and like that's why I say I agree with you with the business
Sure.
courses. I'm pretty sure those kind of things are taught in those type of classes to avoid these things, or just watch out for certain signs for certain shit. So I'm with you when it comes to the whole
I think we more on our P's and Q's now.
cause we ain't got no time to
Yeah.
play no more games, my nigga. Like you feel
mind
me?
you,
We
when
ain't getting no
and-
younger,
And
son.
mind you, when we was younger, I mean, luckily, if any of us was blessed with like OGs that actually knew certain shit about bread, and you know what I mean, taught us a certain thing, like here one or two things, you know what I mean. But it's up to us, you know what I mean. Like you gotta be conscious about certain things, especially with money and business, especially if you're an entrepreneur. True.
Facts.
When it comes to the smaller kids, do you think that, I think this is kind of myth, but do you think that the education level, is already out? It's already out. You think the education, you think that education education level is different from putting your child into private school or putting your child into public school?
I don't. Okay.
I never experienced private school.
Yeah,
so
me
I
either.
wouldn't. I
I
wouldn't.
can't even speak on it. Talk about it, Junior.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think like it's like the education level. I just think it's the focus and the creativity of how they teach.
Okay,
That's what I think.
That makes sense.
That's a yeah.
Like,
I would agree.
Like put it like this: in a public school, you'd have, I'd say, estimate of maybe 35 to 30 kids in a
30 to
classroom.
35 kids.
But in a private school, you'd probably be maybe
16.
15 to 16 kids. But what happens there is like now the teacher could only focus on that a small group. In a small group, you could have a small group focus than a broader than
you
bigger
could-
and broader
You
crowd.
can find who's
Right.
behind more
Yeah.
easier than trying to find who's behind in 35 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
16 kids is like, all right, cool.
And
I could tell
it's
easier to
this
be more-
group needs a little more help.
And mind you, every kid is different. Every kid digests information differently. So you got to keep in mind that. And it's more, you could be more hands-on with a group that's less than a group that's a big group.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That's how I look at it. I don't know, but I've never been to private school, but
Me either.
I don't think
when I hear private school, I
just
just think more bread.
I don't think it is.
I think there's a difference though.
do you think a behavioral factor comes in between somebody that's in a private school or somebody that's in a public school?
Possibly.
I think so because of what they said. That, it's lesser people in the class, so it's more. You have a better ability to keep that class more disciplined.
Is that a fact, though? There's 16 kids or like 15, 16
Well,
kids?
I mean,
much
it's an
smaller.
estimate.
It's like half.
It's an estimate, but yeah.
It's like half of a
Yo,
public
am I
school.
bugging? When I think of private school, the image in my head, Carlton Banks, Hillary Banks, the
my
Fresh Prince
gosh.
family. Am I bugging?
Nah, but you got poor kids that actually.
Danger's
has-
blacker than black. He refers everything to something black.
Nah, but I mean, you gotta think about it too. Like LeBron James, I mean, obviously he was talented and gifted, but LeBron James went to a private school. He was poor as shit.
Yeah, but
But
he went on the leg of his self as being a
Basically got a
athlete.
child scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like honestly, private school is just a well-dressed public school.
Yeah, pretty
Think
much.
so?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's a big difference as far as like how your child will turn out.
No, I don't think. I think the core, the aura is different though.
No, it
By
is.
far.
It is. But
Yeah.
you just have bougie dummies because if you
That's basically what it
you're in
is.
a private
He
school,
said
and
bougie dummies.
if you're in a private school and getting bad grades, they'll keep you there if you keep paying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it's just like I don't believe that narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like Stan Lee, the dude that just died, he went to a public school in the Bronx. He went to Clinton,
Yo, he from New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Bronx.
Oh
and
my
the dude
God,
that
why
made
wouldn't I know that,
Batman
son?
and
That's
all that
crazy.
stuff, the creators of that, they all went to Clinton.
So
You know what I'm
deep.
saying? And that's a public school, and they became the biggest fucking thing popping.
All right.
Nah, I
R.I.P.
would
Stan
never.
Lee.
I would never talk
So-
down. I would never talk down about public school. But I'm just saying, like,
Nah, you can't.
it's to
You
a
don't
point
win.
where I feel like with private school though, private school just gives like teachers. I'm telling you this. Well, I can only go with my perspective because this is what I lived with. With public school, you see a lot of teachers that just don't give a fuck.
They don't.
Well, because like,
They
well,
paid shitty.
that too, which should change.
Yeah, they get paid horribly.
That's
Yeah.
the main reason why they don't
But
give a fuck.
another thing too is when I was in school, it's usually like the older people on their way out, so it's like they didn't really care. If
I had a
mean,
lot of
they
great
could reach.
teachers, though,
No, I had
from
good
what I
teachers.
remember.
I had good teachers too, but I've had terrible teachers as well. I'm saying,
Yo,
like,
our school was so bad. We really had the epitome of when a substitute teacher came and you see the paper balls flying around and the substitute just paying attention to whatever he or she doing.
because she know
and
that
niggas
he or
is
she
just
don't
wilding.
have no
A
control.
lot of that. Paper planes, spitballs,
It
niggas
was-
just wrestling
Yo,
in the back seat.
It was so
Yeah, it's
bad.
like that, bro.
It
It's
was
like
so
that.
bad where teachers was like, well, rather you learn or not, I'm still getting paid.
Dead
the same.
ass used
They
to
used
tell
to
us
always
that. Yo,
say
you
that
could
shit.
y'all can do what the fuck y'all
That
want.
was
I'm still
bad,
gonna
bro.
get
I
paid.
think that's the most cliche teacher line ever. Everybody heard that line. Had to hear that line.
Crazy.
I never heard that line.
What?
What?
A teacher said, "I'm just here. I get paid either or."
I get paid either way.
You never heard that.
See with the
I
knowledge,
never-
see with
we
the knowledge
went to
right
the same
now.
high school. I
So
never heard.
hold on,
that
you never heard a teacher say that?
No, I never heard.
I never heard
to be
that.
that ballsy to say that.
Nah,
I
what?
never heard
No, we
that.
got that all the time,
See,
man.
that's to tell you how
It was
times
bad.
have
You
changed.
never heard that either?
That's to tell you how times have changed.
never heard a
'cause
teacher
once
say
upon
that?
a
I heard
time,
that
that shit was regular,
Yeah,
my
that's what I'm
nigga.
saying.
Yeah, I
I
heard
never
that.
heard that ever.
Niggas,
Man, y'all went to school.
And you went
at
to Jack,
Bearmondo.
my nigga.
Both of us, we was in Jack. We never heard that, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, nah,
That
I never
all
heard
the
that.
time.
Yeah, I had a different set of teachers.
Yeah, I had some private school teachers.
Nah, I had some teachers that really gave a fuck, but
Yeah, I
I
had
had
both.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
had
it was.
teachers that like you could kind of tell, like, man, if you
Alright.
don't listen, I don't care.
I always had those teachers that really cared about me. Like I didn't never have those teachers that whatever. You know what I'm saying?
What school you went to?
I had both.
I was in the Bronx.
He was in the Bronx.
He don't even want to say the name.
I said the name earlier.
What was the name?
If I say the name, y'all not gonna know.
Like
my
you said,
nigga.
still ain't say. Still ain't say.
High School for Medical Science.
Okay.
I didn't hear that
So,
when you said in the beginning.
No, he did
Yeah,
say
I
it.
said it in the beginning.
So I went to the
Damn,
high
you
school.
been in the medical field.
I'm
for
about
a
to
long
say
time,
that.
Your whole life, bro.
He was
That's what I'm
destined.
saying. Like
It was destined.
It was
full
destined,
circle, bro.
It
Yep.
was destined.
Yeah,
Golly.
Jokes.
my high school was originally called Andrew Jackson, but by the time we got there, they were transitioning to, they called it Campus Magnet. So I was in like the humanities and arts part. So I was always in arts too. So it's just like,
And that's
Rel
exactly
was in
what
my
happened to
school.
I
my
already know.
my school original name was William Howard Taft.
Oh, okay.
But they changed it to a campus school where they put like 4 schools in one.
Yeah, that's the same shit with ours.
Yeah.
They usually
came up
Is
in
it
high
true?
school
They
and
usually
shit.
change the name because the school's
That's
bad.
what they did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Andrew
That's
Jackson
true.
was bad, bro.
Yeah,
Metal detectors every day.
that's
Yup.
just like Springfield.
I'm so
They
used to
changed-
that shit.
Clubs do
Springfield
that shit
changed the
too, right?
name.
After
I
that shit
forgot
get
the
shot
name.
up.
That's why when I started flying, I was like,
Clubs
oh,
changed the
alright.
name. They changed the name after the shit got shot up like it never happened.
Yeah, that's what they always do.
That happened to that club. This is club this. Like,
That's
nah, nigga
literally
didn't
what
get
they
shot
did.
up here. Nah, you talking about that
Yeah,
club.
50
Nah.
had that in the line in one of his verses.
That's
I
what you
don't know
call.
what that
That's what
does.
you call rebranding.
Yeah, rebranded.
Ah.
You have to.
That's what you call that.
Touche, my friend. Moving to the final segment of the day. Pop or flizz up. How we always do
please.
this thing. Start this thing off. For the first question of the week has been buzzing around, still going around. Is Melo done? And do we need to retire? How we feel about it on the right side?
Nah, I think he got a couple of years left. I think he still works hard. I just feel it's just unfortunate at this point he's going through this whole fiasco or whatever. But I wouldn't say it's time for him to retire. I still feel he's able to put up numbers, but I think right now is just too much going on. So right now it's like I think other teams right now that's looking into this is kind of being like turned off. So I feel that's what I think that's the hardest thing for him right now. Like a team having to accept him at this point. But part of me also feel like Junior was saying earlier, like you can't fight with your age. You know, when after a while you get old, your body start not to be the same. Certain things you used to do 10 years ago you can't do, and I feel like that's probably a biggest challenge for him because he may feel that he could do that, but it's like also he's performance-wise.
transition to the court.
It's not,
Yeah.
but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I still feel like he got a couple of left in him.
So Noah's
Dangerous.
flop. Noah's flop. And Pop is yes, he should.
Pop is,
Yeah,
he's
Pop-
Gucci.
I'm giving
Pop
I'm
is
giving
done.
I'm giving him a pop because I
No,
believe,
give him a flop because you say he shouldn't quit.
No.
Oh,
Pop,
he's
it
not
means
done.
he's still lit, that he
Then
got the juice.
He
Yeah.
feels he still has hope that
Yeah.
he could.
So that's a
okay.
pop.
Flop
That's a pop.
means, yeah, he's done
Yeah,
out
that's
of
a
here.
pop for me.
I'm gonna give him a honorable pop too and an honorable mention to D Rose because like we'd never thought
Yeah, that's true.
the nigga could
That's a-
do
that's
what
a-
he been
that's-
doing recently.
That's fair enough.
How you know Melo
I
not
thought
gonna
so.
put up one of those?
I thought so.
Here you go.
I don't say
It's-
that.
it's-
about
it's-
him.
it's-
I always
He's a
do.
How
long-lived
old is
D-Rose
D-Rose?
fan. He's 32 years old.
Yeah.
We talking about Melo age and this nigga
Melo
D Rose
only
is.
Melo's 34.
34, 33.
That's
right?
not far.
No, 34.
That's what I'm. That's why I have hope for Melo
Damn,
because
I didn't think D Rose was only 2 years younger than him. That's crazy.
No, my bad. He might be 30 actually.
He ain't that young, bro. He ain't my
can't
age.
be no.
I don't think he's 30.
Just
I don't
30.
think he's 32.
But
Who
to
can
keep
get
but
to it
to,
faster?
but to keep it pushing,
Keep it pushing, keep it
that's
pushing.
That's a pop. I have hope for him. Talk about it, Quicks. Darren.
Yeah.
My bad.
30, 32 is a big
30?
difference.
30, yeah.
I see.
Who's
He's
30?
D
D-Rose.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's a big difference, bro.
I guess.
You don't think so, Danger?
And basketball years, yeah.
You know why I'm saying that.
Shot, man.
Nah, it's not a shot, but he knows why I'm saying that.
It's a fucking shot.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
All right. I look at people like Dwayne Wade, and he's literally on his retirement year, and I feel like Dwayne Wade got more juice than Melo.
Wow.
I be feeling
Wow.
like, but I think Melo. I'm gonna say Pop. He can. I don't know. Yo, it's like every situation he's been
Disrespecting
on.
my guy Melo.
No. I want him.
Nah,
to,
they
I want
violate-
him.
they
I want
violate
him
him.
to win. I want him to
Everybody
do good.
does, but niggas
But
is
the
still
thing
violating.
is just like, all right, he's every situation he's been in the last 2-3 years, it just hasn't worked.
2-3 months.
See,
That's-
niggas is
shit
OD
on
on
this
those.
nigga. But it just hasn't worked. So I feel like if he finds a good situation where his mentally he understands his role and he can just really work that specific role, then I feel like he can excel. But if I feel, mentally, if he's not there, then he's gonna end up like Iverson and just get pushed out the league. Like it looks like it's everybody's trying to do that right now. So I'll give it a pop. But if he can change mentally, yeah, I'll give it a pop.
For me, it's a pop. Like I said before, I feel like his reputation is what's controlling his situation right now. Just like if you get a job and somebody puts a bad stigma on your resume or whatever, every job you go to now, initially, even if you're still you still got some juice, they're going to look at you with that stigma because it's on your resume, you know what I'm saying? Him with the whole, he don't want to come off the bench, that whole smirk thing. That shit lasted for like a whole season. Like,
Yo, let's get
you know
down to the dirty. Let's give him
pop.
a time limit. How much more years he got? How much more years he got?
I can see in the right
two.
in the right system, probably it's maybe 2 or 3.
It's a pop for me.
Yeah, I think it's a pop for me too. I think like people giving him the whole AI thing, but I really think that if he's in the right system and he chooses and he focuses and sticks with a role and that role that team gives him, and he'll flourish.
Yo, is his ego in the way too?
Yeah.
The juice to continue to play. I think it's a flop because mentally, I think he just done with the league. Like I don't think he wants to do it no more.
That's
You know
how we
what I'm
felt
saying?
about D
I don't-
Rose.
I don't feel like he has the love.
I feel
of
like
it.
he's like that with Houston, not the league though. He love the game.
I'm just saying, like for me, watching him play or whatever, I feel like he just done with it.
I agree with
Well,
you.
he
with
he
the
looked
saying?
like that
Like-
with OKC too. So
yeah.
it's just like how many teams you gonna go on where you starting to look like you don't care. I think he hears the rumors and then the rumors start to show in his
Demeanor.
His whole demeanor.
AI was looking at the
because
same.
you don't
way,
know what's
too.
going on.
You got to remember, he was loved majority of his
OD,
career, and
facts.
it's different being on the other end.
I'll be honest with
You
you.
know what I mean?
Like 2 years, 2.5, 3 years into the Knicks, it's just like everything started just
Yeah.
like
Going
So,
down here.
An- answer me this. Do y'all feel like kinda, I don't know the exact timeline, but do you feel like kinda his mental and his whole situation kind of fucked up when the whole him and Lala shit happened?
Yes, sir.
When he got found out cheating and shit?
Yep.
I feel like
It started
around
going-
that
it started
timeline,
going-
that's
yeah.
when
No,
stuff
it was
kinda
going down.
go
It was going down anyway, but it started going down more when that
like,
happened.
yeah, like
Facts.
his mental started to
That's
get
a
a little
big
bit
I
worse.
don't know. I felt like after the year they lost in the conference finals in Indiana. I felt like after that year when they had a bad season, that's when it started all going down.
Nah, I feel like it's way worse than that now. Now it's like, I don't
Yeah,
know. I
like-
feel
He was
his
still putting
mental-
up
No.
numbers
But I'm
then.
saying that's where the declining started happening. I feel like after that year, Jason Kidd retired and everything like that. After they had that great season and they lost to Indiana, when they just had a bad season, it just started going down from there.
I believe that for the Knicks as an organization, but I don't believe that as him as a player because he was still putting up numbers.
yeah,
I
he's
feel
putting
like
up numbers
the
still.
end-
The whole
but
the whole
And
Knicks.
for him, I think it really did come like around that time.
Yeah,
bro,
let's
'cause
not
it
forget
was
that's
like-
when him and the whole Phil Jackson thing, Phil Jackson throwing shots at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much shit was going on
I
in New
guess.
York.
All right, let's move on. Metro Bowman. Not all heroes wear capes. How we feel about it? Right side.
It's a pop, definitely a pop. It's a good project. Project is different. Travis Scott is on that album a lot. But aside from that, I like the sound that compared to the first joint he had, this one sound really, really different. He got a couple of different beats on there that I really fuck with. But yeah, I could listen to it straight through, except for the first song, but it's good.
Short and sweet. Y'all already know how I feel about it. Let me let the world know how I feel about it. It's a great album. I'm gonna lay it down just like this. It's an honorable top 3, 4 best albums of the year. Yep.
early teens.
Yep.
That's a high
I
recommendation.
don't agree with that. But I still give it a pop. I like it. How many songs is on it?
13.
Like 13, yeah.
And he got the instrumental too in the bottom, like right.
Oh no, that's the deluxe album.
That's
He
the
got
deluxe?
a deluxe album with just all the instrumentals for the song.
Yeah, right.
Fire.
Yeah.
Word.
Facts.
Yep.
That means he's giving all these other rappers a rap over my shit. Nah, that's dope. I give it a
Big
pop.
time.
Out of the 13 songs, probably 3 songs I don't like, and that's probably like the ones with 21 Savage. And I actually like him sometimes, so I just
I don't
not
know
feeling
why.
him.
I like that guy. I don't know why.
You say you do or you don't?
Nah, I like 21 Savage. I don't know why, but I just like.
I actually didn't like him
The
at
way he
first.
sounds on
I started to like him after that. It's an album.
Yeah, but yeah, I give it a pop.
I didn't finish really listening to the whole thing. I heard a couple of cuts. I want to really get into it before I give it a pop or flop. So I don't have one.
You come back next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remind you to.
It's
They say is a freaking fan of this album.
I am.
Yeah.
It's a flop when I'm sober, and it's maybe I'm high. It'll be a pop.
Why you don't like it?
That's a
It's just bro. That shit puts me to sleep if like it's not. I don't catch it. Yeah, like I gotta be like I'm listening to it. I'm like, yo, bro, I gotta be high to listen to this. I'm like, this is crazy. Like the whole vibe.
Even the Gunna songs.
Yes, the Gunna songs makes me go to sleep.
What?
Yeah.
I feel
It's never a good
Different
sign
tasting.
when somebody music cause you to do drugs.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But yeah, that's how I look at it.
That's a flop.
I mean, I
for
definitely
me.
can't
I ain't
relate.
even hear it yet.
I never listened
don't
to
know.
one song. I never listened to one song and said, you know what? I think I should pop a pill, or I think I should start drinking
That's
purple
the vibe
shit.
it gives me.
I
'cause I'm
never
like,
had
yeah.
that thought, but I'm at that age group where it's
It gave me that zero.
Pass that.
Make you think you drunk night.
Continue with pop or flop. Another thing coming from the NBA. Jimmy Butler signs to Philadelphia 76ers. How you feel? Pop or flop on the right side?
I'm gonna give it a say.
what's the pop or flop about? Is it a good thing that he
You
did
think
that?
it's good? You think it's a good move, or you think it's not a good move?
It's a good move. I think that actually put him back in the Eastern Conference conversation. I think, like you said earlier, if they mesh, if they basically able to figure it out throughout the year, I think they'll be able to give maybe the Celtics a good run. I'm not saying they're gonna beat the Celtics, but I think I could see maybe a 6 game, 7 games.
I'll be honest with you. It might not even be the Celtics. It might be Toronto. They're like 12-2 right now.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
and
but they always
Kawhi.
do good in the season though.
Yeah, they always did
Yeah,
good in the
word.
season with
Do-
DeMar DeRozan.
Do you remember a while back when I was watching this the other day? I didn't text this nigga June. You remember a while back when you said
Joel
Joel Embiid
Embiid.
is not good, bro? You remember that?
I didn't say
Do
he
you
wasn't
remember
good.
that?
I didn't say
I've
he
been
wasn't
saying
good.
I've been
You
saying
remember?
that.
I remember that.
I didn't say he wasn't good. I said I don't think he's
June
all
said he
cracked
wasn't
up on
sold,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, I
June
wasn't
wasn't
sold.
sold.
yet.
Nah, he
You
putting
gotta
up
be
numbers
super
now.
sold on
Yeah,
that.
I'm sold on him now. Yeah. yeah.
Deja got
Pop.
Pop for me. I feel like Jimmy Butler brings
Jimmy Booty.
Wow. Hey yo.
Yeah, I think he brings a little grit. Like he works hard as hell.
Yeah, he definitely
And that grit is just going. I think it's going to mesh. Hopefully it meshes. I don't think the way Joel Embiid comes off, like he likes to be pushed. Like he'll stir up some controversy just because it helps his game. I feel like so.
he shows up after that. He don't
Yeah.
just talk shit and then that's
Exactly. So that I feel like that'll work for him. And it's the hard work that I feel like Jimmy Butler puts in on any team that he plays on is going to translate to everybody else. So yeah, it'll be a
it. For me, it's a definitely pop. I feel like the atmosphere, everything is gonna be perfect for Jimmy. It's Meek Mills, it's all that energy. I feel like they're gonna embrace him. I think the Jimmy Butler deal is gonna be huge for Philly. They just have to figure it out.
I even think if it goes well, he'll sign an extension with them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Honestly, I really don't know. I don't know if it works out. If it works out, I think it'll be a pop. But like the thing about Jimmy is like he's an acquired taste. Like he rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like he's that type of person where he says certain things. He says certain things to people and expect them to take it a certain way. But sometimes people don't, especially as NBA players, they have egos. So you don't necessarily know how they take it. So it depends on how he meshes with them. If he meshes with that core right, they'll be fine. I think they'll do good. But it depends on that.
Oh, you right.
Celtics fan.
Flop.
Of course.
You're not happy to see some more stars come to the East, man? The West is going
I mean, I ain't
kill us
saying
in
well, you know, but him being on the East don't change that. They still gonna kill us. They got too much firepower over there. LeBron, Steph, and KD, all on the same team.
Yeah, that's true too.
Come on. So I mean, you know, I feel like it's a flop because it's way too it's not gonna be enough time for them to mesh to make a move. You know what I'm saying? To make them be
think so?
number one.
They
or
got like
whatever
It's
the
only
case
like
may be.
12,
68
13
games left.
games.
Yeah, that's true. But then you got to think about people that get injured all the time, like Joel
I would
Embiid.
agree with you, but the way their offense is, they got a free flowing offense.
Yeah, it's real.
Like-
It's very
Like
free.
Ben Simmons, do what
I
he
think it's a
want.
flop.
Embiid does what he wants.
I change him.
He's like, yeah, you gonna say bye-bye, nigga.
I'm gonna do this last one on Pop on Flop. So for 2019, how you feel about 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine here to stay for 2019. Nah, I'm gonna skip that because
Oh, you
our
hater.
time is course. Our time is course right
It
now.
was something about LeBron.
Eli Manning.
Yeah, for
thank God.
2019, you think
Let's not talk about that.
you think 6ix9ine is here to stay for 2019? You expect him to be here in 2019?
I talk about Hila.
Nah, the boy's making music, man. So he's
The boy is good.
Yeah, the boy's good. The boy's good. Boy's good.
Pop.
The boy's good.
Yeah, Pop. He's doing. I don't. He got a good formula going. It's just working for him. So I can't even hate.
Yeah, it's a Pop for me. Sadly to say because I ain't really like him like that, but he seems consistent.
I don't know.
Oh, you.
But I mean, it looks like he's stay for now, but I don't know about if he can keep this.
So the answer is a Pop, bro.
No, but they said, is he here to stay? Like, I don't know.
Like
Stay for
2019,
now.
He said 2019.
Do you expect him to be
He's
here?
gonna-
Oh,
gonna
okay.
be-
I'm looking at the shit. The shit don't say 2019.
No, but that's what I'm
It should
saying.
say here to stay.
Sick of calling out his old journalism.
Definitely caught you.
Your journalistic skills. You're talking versus what's written down is not working.
Oh, that says
You actually,
Pornhub.
you actually definitely, you actually definitely wasn't supposed to do that, nigga. You put him on the spot.
But do you feel like he will be here at that time?
Of course. For now, yeah. He looks like it, but I don't know how long
Okay.
that's gonna last.
I think he's gonna be here to. He's here to stay, bro. He's a superstar, man. Like,
yeah, I don't
He's
know
definitely
that.
not a. He's not a
Superstar,
one-hit.
bro.
No, he's a superstar.
He has
he's
like
a
10
superstar,
hits, bro.
Bro,
He's like
last
Fetty Wap
year.
right now.
Last
To
year,
call him a superstar, that's a little early.
last year, he's a
early.
superstar. He's
Nah,
a superstar,
He's
bro.
Fetty Wap right now. Like
He's
how
not
Fetty
no,
was.
He's not a superstar.
How Fetty was.
Wap
Did
level?
Fetty have like 10 hits?
Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Fetty
gotta
had
give this
wild
man-
hits.
He had a lot.
He had like
Yeah,
4
yeah,
in one
but-
year, but them shit's still making him money.
bro.
No, not just 4, bro. He had.
He had
bro,
only like 4, bro.
Yeah.
No, dogs.
Nah,
I'm talking
Fetty
about
had a
when he
couple
went to
hits,
those
bro.
concerts, bro. Like, yo, he had the place moving his whole set, bro. His
I'm
whole
sure
set.
he has a
Did you see a Tekashi
catalog, but
6ix9ine concert?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, you
he's
talking about
that-
Fetty Wap?
I
He's
thought you,
that
that's what I'm
Fetty
talking
Wap.
about.
He's the Fetty
I thought you
Wap
talking
right
about
now.
Fetty Wap too. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
10
he-
songs.
I'm comparing him to Fetty Wap. How Fetty Wap had that run like last year or the two years ago.
Like
I'll
three
never
or
forget
three
it.
or-
It
That's
was-
that
I'll
run.
never forget the year. It was 2015.
Oh, okay. So,
Body and
yeah,
shit.
that's that run he on.
But I think Tekashi, like, he's around some people that's guiding him in music. You know what
Yo,
I'm saying?
did Fetty Wap
Like,
have like hits with other people or was all him?
Remember
all
he had the
him,
shit
bro.
with Drake. Well, Drake jumped on it.
Yeah, the My Way.
Later on.
My Way.
I think it was all him. This 6ix9ine's like he's collaborating with other people.
No, his hits is all solo too.
No,
No,
it
I'm
was
not-
about the
I'm
shit
not
with-
talking about
with 50.
stupid. I'm not just talking about specifically he's collaborating. That's why he has hits by himself. But now he's like collaborating with people, and the stuff that I'm hearing, I'm like, that's pretty good.
Actually, people are collaborating with him because they know he's
That's
he's that
why
nigga. He's
I
that
said
nigga coming
he's
up.
a superstar.
That's a big fact.
bro.
Yes, thank you.
Like,
He is.
it was him and Cardi
people-
last year.
But
Everybody else, fuck him.
they was collab. A lot of people was trying to collab with Fetty too at that time because he was hot.
Yep.
When you hot, people want to fuck with you.
Of course.
But
So-
he's hot, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that. What it makes him a superstar.
Yeah. I don't think y'all
That
disagree with
year-
me. I just said he's on that Fetty run.
I thought you said he's a Fetty Wap, meaning like he gonna die down and go away.
No, I don't mean
It's
like
very
he's gonna
possible.
flop.
That's very possible too.
No,
but that's when
but
you compare
that's the run he's
when
on
you
right
said
now.
though,
When you said
that
that, though,
Fetty
I'm
run, that's
thinking
the
like,
first thing I'm thinking is
I'm
like,
thinking like, oh,
Fetty
so you
died
think he
down.
gonna
like,
die out.
But I'm saying that's that we can't tell that right now. But I'm just saying he's on that run. Like he's on the high right now.
I think he's gonna be here to stay though. I think he's a superstar. So pop.
Heard you.
All right, OSP playlist we want to get into.
Make it real quick.
Wait, you don't gotta explain it. Just whatever it is. This nigga forgot.
Zane Fingers and Day, 18 months.
I was on my throwback shit. Limp Bizkit, Fred Durst featuring Method Man. It's called "End Together Now," and Meek Mill, "Face Down." Fire.
I had True Life featuring Tory Lanez and Don Q. It's called Naked, and then I had the other dude. It was kind of a viral thing. It was funny as hell to me. Dear Silas,
Shot Mans.
skirt skirt.
Scoot scoot.
Yeah, man.
I had
Pull up on your bitch.
what I had again. Oh, They Broken, and I had the Drip So Hard Joan, Gunna Lil Baby.
I had Vado in my lifetime, and What was the second? Oh, and shit. What was the second one? The second one was Lil Durk.
And Lil Skies.
Yeah, Lil Durk and Lil Styles Rockstar.
Mine's was off of Swiss Beats' new album, 25 Soldiers, fire song with him and Young Thug. And I had to put a throwback on there. My boy DMX, Ready to Meet Him.
The prayer.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
sir.
you're listening to this, log on to the Facebook, the Instagram, oddly similar,
Spotify.
The
Spotify
YouTube. Check the YouTube, dog.
Check the
Yes.
YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube today, man.
Yeah.
Get on that YouTube, yo.
Oddly Similar Podcast, episode 29, and we
Vintage
are out of here.
Willie.
I'm your Rello, to the right of me I have.
DJ Hypa, I'm out of here.
DJ Dane-Ja.
Darren.
Joan.
Ease.
Yes, sir. We out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The Oddly Similar Podcast.